first of all, marketing is a sort of very diverse and vast area, right? So marketing can be the initial stage where you just run the market research, and basically Lizaveta and Kate has already covered sort of the importance of it. So you need to understand the market, and not doing it properly will definitely be leading to a failure if you don't mm, understand what the market needs, what the market waits for. Then it's basically already a way to the failure. I have seen in the chat a question, I think that was from Osama, saying that Onde is a solid and reliable platform, but how can we compete with Uber, Lyft, and Bolt because they're so much more advanced? And it sort of exactly correlates with marketing and how you do the marketing. Um, First of all, even those services are different country by country. The way, for example, Uber maybe in USA, it's sort of a luxury way of transportation, the where they take care of their vehicles and making sure that they're all aligned with the safety standards and everything. But in some countries, my gosh, I have seen terrible examples of cars coming that I was sort of terrified of using and sitting in, and they would still be branded as the same provider. So basically, not necessarily having an Uber is a good thing or a bad thing. It's just you need to understand what exactly they offer. And it's sort of, again, a marketing. Sorry, I'm answering your question and the question in the chat altogether, because for me, they're very, very close to each other. The way you tackle the challenge and the way you look at it. If you're not terrified of the challenge, then we can work together. I know that even in here at Onde, we run so many webinars, just answering different parts of how marketing can be done properly. Starting with how to address the market, how to study it, who to talk to, who to what feedbacks to pay attention to, as we've heard examples that some of those feedbacks can be demanding, loud, but absolutely useless and leading to some very particular situations. And then even to the actual mechanical failures with marketing when you launch a campaign, but let's say you went to either okay, if you went to an agency, then the probability of a mechanical failure is very low. But then we've seen cases, and even with our partners, who would like, okay, you know what, my niece or my sister slash whoever it could be, have been working as a marketeer for several years and they've been doing that job forever, but they don't actually have the experience with the industry. They don't know the benchmarks. They don't understand how to properly evaluate the success and the failure, like what even the price per, let's say, the CBR in the campaign, what could be considered a good result, what is a bad result. Not having this previous experience that would actually define those benchmarks that you can compare your results against, it's basically a doom. I'm sort of sounding pessimistic here, but that's exactly the way things are. And we've seen people where they would launch campaign, they would throw the budget, and then and by saying mechanical favors, people were just either forgot to check it, and the whole budget was spent in a day, the one that was meant for months. Even those happens. Okay, I'll be honest, it even happened I think once with us, but we've learned from that. We secured the processes around that to make sure that it never happened. Failures are not necessarily, or at least not always, a bad thing. They, especially if you don't lose a lot of money and you, as Kate said, if you're still alive, then you basically can handle everything, right? It's just the way to educate yourself. We would happily rather learn from other people's mistake, but in 99% of the cases, we do actually learn from our own mistakes. But again, do people actually learn? Have they made any changes or adjustments to the process once they've encountered that problem? It would be not not exactly wise to look at any occurrence as if, okay, that happened just once and it will have never happen again, unless you actually take measures to prevent that from ever happening again.